Hey guys, welcome to another episode on my channel. So, if you have been following this mini series of tutorials, you know that we are dealing with Android USB programming for the purpose of communication between Android device and DSP microcontroller. And there is one issue that I want to address, this Action USB device detach event. Well, now I can tell you that a few years ago when I've been working on a similar project, this piece of code were actually operational. But now with this code, if you try to detach your USB device in runtime, your application is going to crash. So for that reason, I've been sniffing around for a few hours, so let me show you the solution. So first thing, go to your Android manifest. And what we are going to do, we are going to copy this metadata with USB device attached event, all of metadata, both opening and closing element, and copy below it. And now we are going to deal with USB device detached. And we are going to do another thing. We are going to copy this intent filter with the USB device attached, and we are going to add another intent filter with USB device detached. Now go back to your main activity. Well, first of all, you have to know that this code from main activity, it's from our previous episode where we dealt with plotting. So in here I already removed the Action USB device detached from our own new intent method. Instead, we are going to deal with detach event in another way. First of all, go to your own create method. And in here where we registered our receiver for Action USB permission, we are going to create another intent filter, and we are going to register another broadcast receiver. We are going to call this one like filter 1, and we are going to deal in here with USB manager dot action USB device detached. And we are going to have another broadcast receiver, call it detach receiver, and we are going to add intent filter of filter 1. And now I'm going to create this broadcast receiver. Go up in your code and immediately before this one. Now we are going to have private final broadcast receiver detach receiver new broadcast receiver. Okay, we need semicolon in here at the end, and in here first thing what we are going to do, we are going to check if our intent get action it's USB manager action USB device detached. What this actually means, we want to know whether our event it's action USB device detached. So this piece of code from this if loop is going to be executed the moment we detached our USB device. Okay. And in here I have to check few things first. Let me see this thread. And this is the thread that is dealing with changes in our plot. And from while true, I'm going to change into something else. Let's say I'm going to create one Boolean variable, call it running, set to false initial value. Now I already have it, so we don't need another running. I'm just going to use it in here while running. And before we actually execute this thread, I'm going to set running to true, and in here I'm going to synchronize on my port before we read message. So why I'm actually doing this? Because we need to break our communication when we detached our USB device. And I have to break it by closing this port and by setting this running value to false in order to escape this while loop. And let me see, is there anything else? Nope. So now let's go back to our broadcast receiver. Okay, it's in here. I'm going to set running to false in order to break out from that loop. And now synchronized on port. And first I'm going to check if port and if port it's open, port close, and we have to wrap this with try catch. And just in case, I'm going to do connection close. All right, now I'm going to connect my phone. All right, now I'm going to upload this piece of code. All right, in next part of this tutorial, we are going to test our application. All right, now as you can see, my application is up and running and we don't have any USB device connected yet. Now I'm going to plug in my ESP8266 microcontroller and I'm going to click on OK. We are going to get some readings. Okay, I'm going to unplug my microcontroller right now and you see there's no crash. And if I plug back in this device, I'm going to give permission once more and we are going to continue with readings. And I'm going to unplug it once more. You see, there is no crash. So guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you have learned something interesting. So please like, subscribe and see ya!